You might have heard plenty of stories and narrations about jinns. Some might even think they are just like what has been shown to us in the cartoons Aladdin. Yes, jinns are what has been described to as by this famous cartoon Aladdin, but not all. They are even more than that. According to the Quran and narrations of our beloved Prophet, may Allah's peace and blessings be upon him, they are created from smokeless fire as mentioned in Surah Ar-Rahman 55 ayah number 15. And he created the jinn from a smokeless flame of fire. Jinns may be attracted into our lives for several reasons, particularly when certain actions or habits create openings for their interference. Here are some factors, supported by Hadith and Islamic teachings, that can attract jinns. 1. Lack of spiritual protection. Neglecting prayers and du'as. The Prophet Muhammad emphasized the importance of regular prayers and seeking refuge with Allah. Failing to recite daily protective du'as, such as Ayat al-Kursi and Surah al-Falaq and Surah an-Nas, can leave a person spiritually vulnerable. Hadith. The Prophet said, "Do not make your houses like graves, for the shaitan flees from a house in which Surah al-Baqarah is recited." Sahih Muslim. 2. Practicing innovations, bid'ah. Engaging in religious practices not prescribed by the Quran or Hadith can attract jinns. This is because innovations can involve rituals or acts that unknowingly invite jinns, particularly if they mimic pagan or occult practices. 3. Engaging in sinful or forbidden activities. Listening to music excessively. Some scholars believe that excessive listening to music can attract jinns, especially when it leads a person away from the remembrance of Allah. 4. Involvement in witchcraft and fortune-telling. Seeking the help of fortune-tellers, engaging in witchcraft, or using talismans to invoke spirits are serious sins in Islam and can attract jinns, particularly the evil ones, shayateen. Hadith. The Prophet said, "Whoever goes to a soothsayer and believes what he says has disbelieved in what was revealed to Muhammad." Sunan Abu Dawud. 5. Failing to mention Allah's name. Entering the house or eating without Bismillah. If a person neglects to say Bismillah in the name of Allah before entering their home or eating, it can invite jinns to share their space and food. Hadith. The Prophet said, "When a person enters his house and mentions Allah's name upon entering and upon eating, the shaitan says to his companions, 'You have no place to spend the night and no dinner.' But if he enters without mentioning Allah's name, the shaitan says, 'You have found a place to spend the night.' And if he does not mention Allah's name upon eating, shaitan says, 'You have found dinner.'" Sahih Muslim. 6. Living in unclean or isolated places. Jinns, especially malevolent ones, are attracted to filth and unclean environments. This includes homes that are dirty, places where rubbish is left unattended, or bathrooms not kept clean. Frequenting isolated places without protection. Desolate areas like forests, caves, ruins, and abandoned buildings are often mentioned as dwellings for jinns. Going to such places without reciting protective du'as can attract them. Hadith. The Prophet recommended saying a du'a when entering such places. A'udhu bi kalimat ilahi tamati min sharri ma khalaq. I seek refuge in the perfect words of Allah from the evil of what He has created. 7. Excessive fear of jinns. Fear can sometimes attract jinns, as it may give them psychological control over a person. If a person becomes overly fearful or obsessive about jinns, it can open a door for them to exploit that fear. Islam teaches us to rely on Allah alone for protection. Constant remembrance of Allah and trust in Him can keep fear at bay. May Allah protect us from these creatures. Say Ameen in the comments section. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to support this channel reach many others seeking Allah's protection. See you in the next video. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.